good. We gotta switch the scene up a little bit, though. You know what I'm saying? What? Hey, we can't do this air time.
Yeah. What you want to do?
Let's go to Waffle House, bro.
To the Waffle House. How many?
Just ask you a bunch of questions, nigga, like Barbara Streisand.
Pardon me. Do you have any grape poupon? You don't? Well, get the fuck out of my face then, nigga. Shit.
There's always a funny man in the game, but he's only funny by mistake.
Talking to Chad.
But everyone laughs at him.
I'm knowing something is missing right
They
now.
don't see
It's my
his
mother.
lonely heartbreak.
I left my mother. That's what it was?
Are y'all gonna be on the same ticket or separate tickets?
It don't matter. You can put it on one ticket.
All right, so you got an orange juice.
But I don't want that acid reflux that come with it. You got some apple juice?
I do, but it's like a juicy juice.
You don't? Let me just get a Coke, a cherry Coke.
Okay. And you, sir? To drink.
I'll just do apple.
He kind of slow. They don't have no apple. She just told you. This is my partner radio.
I do water.
Okay.
It's been a dope journey to go from 0 to 100 though. But it's still so much shit to do. I did all type of stuff before this, man. I was a firefighter, and then I was a truck driver. I went to truck driving school after firefighter. Started driving trucks for a little bit.
How long?
A few months. I did not like it. I had a real life before comedy. I did a lot of shit, man.
So was comedy something you always dreamed of, or something you fell into?
Yeah, but see where I was though, I never saw nothing like that. It was never nothing going on, you know what I'm saying? It was just boring as hell. Like, just had regular ass jobs.
And you don't steal shit from the job? Bro, what you steal from the grocery store job?
Lanyard.
Do you get offered a lot of pussy when you deliver groceries?
Yeah.
You do? That's what's up, bro. It ain't all about getting paid in money sometimes. Remember that.
Okay.
How many pieces of cheese come on there?
One.
Put me another one on there because I'm a baller. Tell them to cook mine like at the crib, like on the George Foreman.
I got you.
Put some pepper and shit on it, season salt.
It comes seasoned already. You probably don't want to add no more, then it's gonna be salty.
Okay, yeah, so we'll try it like that. So it's like, I've been dabbling in and out, like speaking and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And then I went to my homeboy cookout. I think he had like a graduation cookout or something. And his dad was like, that boy funny. And I started like, he was like, man, tell some jokes. I was like, I ain't no comedian. So I was like telling jokes at the driveway cookout. You know what I'm saying? He was just like, you funny. And he used to start calling me over there all the time and all that. Yeah, I like that. So I was like working out in people's house before like actual comedy. Worked at the clothing store, the department store, the cookie store, the sporting goods store. And then after that, that was my last job, man. I remember that. I got that call to be on that Robert Townsend Partners in Crime. I was like, nope, I'm out of here. This is it. I'm about to be on TV, dog. I can't be having no job and being on TV. That was the first audition I went to, the Robert Townsend Partners in Crime. I had been grinding on the comedy grind for like a minute, like a year and a half straight, I think. And then it was just like, I'm working with all these dudes who so-called funny every night. And it's like, they hidden, but it ain't hidden like I'm hidden.
You love them ladies who show up at your house drunk at 3:30 in the morning, park right in front of your door? Where the dick at? Yes, where are they? We need some more freaks in the country. It's too real? Y'all shit getting real uncomfortable. Okay, let me quit. Some dudes in here, ladies just using them to fuck. You not the nigga, you just some dick. That know how to act in public. She don't really like you though. Oh, you niggas be arrogant as fuck thinking these women really like you. They worse than we are. Some of y'all in here is just the food nigga. You see a quiet shit guy, they like, stop telling our shit. Quit being arrogant. She might not like you either. That's all I'm saying. There's some hard shit to think about, ain't it?
Me and Clayton, we were the youngest comedians, like as far as doing comedy on the show, you know, with the least amount of TV experience. So they put us with a writer to show us how to deliver and get the timing right. And that probably helped me a lot more than I thought it did at the time, but it really, you know what I'm saying, they kind of prepared me for my first TV set. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking I'm about to be a TV star. It's like, okay, you're gonna do this TV show, and then what? So it's like, now I jumped all the way out here, no job, no nothing. Now I gotta really figure out how I can make money doing this. You groom your talent by doing your talent repeatedly. The more you do something, the better you're gonna be. You can't rush it. You gotta groom it. Like, that's why, like, a lot of comedians be mad at social media, because it's like, social media is like, okay, that was hot for 2 days. What's next? With comedy, and all the comedians who do stand-up specials will tell you it take a while to groom a set. Cause it's like, okay, well, this set, it rocked the way I did it in Ohio, but I can't say it this way in Atlanta. You gotta groom it to know where, okay, now I got it where it hit everywhere, however I do it. Then when Kevin Hart do his special every year, he go right back to the grind so he can build that next one. Grind for a whole year, by the end of the year, that's set tight. Cause he done worked it at the college, he done worked it at the arena. It's been worked, it's not chopped up, thrown online everywhere, you know what I'm saying? He actually got to work it and groom it while you were stuck on the last one. Luckily, some more TV was coming right after that, though. Who's Got Jokes? And then I think it was Hell Date. Like, I think we did that over the whole summer or something. So that was some consistent work. And they played the hell out of that. In Africa, they don't play it a lot now, but like they just got BET in Africa a few years ago.
Who were some of your inspirations?
It's too many, man. Cause I'm still finding inspiration. Like, older comedian that I know, he always be putting me up on the history of comedy, and he sent me this box out the vault of just like old comedians. I just been listening to like a lot of old comedy. So it's like, even still, I'm still learning from different people who did comedy that a lot of people might not even know about. Your style has to be unique to you. Like, when people talk about Richard Pryor being the king of comedy, it's because he was so him. It was so personal, could nobody else do that. Like, when you writing a good joke, it's gotta be a certain amount of truth in it to make it funny.
Quit being arrogant. She might not like you either. That's all I'm saying. There's some hard shit to think about, ain't it? T in here by itself. This shit hurt a little bit. Yeah, you hear it, it hurt. Sometimes the comedy flip the switch, it get personal, like, oh shit, he talking about me, my bitch left. No, she was gonna leave anyway. It's not your fault, bro. Can't be out here committing to everybody, bro. These hoes come and go. You crying? Don't. All right. Hey.
But if you go on stage and you say, man, I'm ugly as hell, and people laugh and agree with it, we all got insecurities. At some point, you're going to have to sit back and reflect like, damn, I am ugly as hell. Then you can write the joke about you being ugly as hell. You know what I'm saying? You got to deal with the pain first before you get to the laughing. Even with that little bit of truth, people still know that, you know what I'm saying, this joke is coming from a real place. Shit like that. But we see the world totally different. Cause we look for the humor and stuff. As opposed to, you know what I'm saying, just going through, all right, we're just gonna go to Waffle House and get something to eat. We're gonna look for, like, look, that little cook got a fat little booty. Okay, you know what I'm saying? We look for humor and stuff.
Boy, got on TV, did a couple shows, did a couple seasons.
It gives you a certain, like, validation. Because when people see you on TV, they be like, okay, if you funny enough to be on TV, that means that you more than just regular funny, you know what I mean? There's so many different elements that come into play after that. It's like, okay, you on TV doing jokes. Now, what else you gonna do? Because comedy is just, like, stand-up comedy is just like your intro. They want to see you tell some jokes after you've been on something, after you done put in some work somewhere else. You go get in a movie, then you go tell some jokes. Because people want to see you now. A lot of people always forget that Eddie Murphy is still the king of comedy, man. Still, to this day. As long as he on earth, he the king of comedy. He got passed the crown from Richard Pryor, Red Fox, Robin Harris, Bernie Mac, any comedian you name. Eddie Murphy's still that dude. What's Shrek without Donkey? Some bullshit. That's real though. We'll never need another black Mr. Rogers, because Eddie Murphy killed it already. Sketch comedy was always my shit. That was everything to me. As soon as we figured out how to record shit on the radio, when you used to have to press the 2 buttons down and talk like to the radio, I've been making my own funny songs since then. Not because I thought, hey, this is what I'm gonna be doing one day. That's just what I do. I record a little funny song, run to work, then come back and be like, hey, look what we did earlier. Look what we did earlier. I did a whole episode of like Jerry Springer with my cousin one time. That last comic standing, that was huge. But when I was in that moment, I didn't realize how big that moment was. Like, people come up to me and tell me, you should have won that, but I shouldn't have even been there. I should have never even been on that, not at that time, not in my life, because my mom passed away. So if it had been any other time, if they would have did that show 6 months before they did it, of course I feel like I would have won it. But to be dealing with something like that, and for these people to be playing with you and shit like that, that wasn't for me. I don't give a fuck how much the money was. If you watch my last set on Last Comic Standing, and you could pretty much see me saying, hey, bye, shout out to whoever, I'm out. I don't even want to play no more. I regretted it afterwards, but I was like, at the time, I was like, fuck this. I don't want to be here. Care about this shit no more. You said come here and be funny, and this was it. You didn't say nothing about this other shit. I don't want to play.
How do you feel about the effects of social media on comedy?
You could have been doing some online comedy while you sitting there making these videos about why niggas shouldn't be making online comedy. You mad at this nigga because he got 1 million followers that fuck with him, and you got 200 in your city that fuck with you. If you smart and you ain't no hater, you'll get with this nigga and be like, hey, bro, I fuck with you, you funny. Even people you know and went to school with don't just follow you on social media. Niggas you really friends with. Y'all just don't agree socially. It's a lot of niggas that I know that I don't follow. Not because I don't believe in these niggas' hopes and dreams. I just don't want to see a bunch of pictures of some nigga. No.
You finna talk shit.
Hell yeah. Look, real nigga shit, man. This is a side note. Put this in black and white in a little box. When you come to the Waffle House and they make everybody leave, fuck asking me questions. This is the type of shit. I'm on some Michael Jackson shit. You can't eat in the Waffle House when Karlous is in here. even everybody who work here went in the kitchen. They just gave me the Waffle House. We could have stole the money and everything.
They ain't even ring up nothing.
I ain't say that. I ain't that shit on goddamn camera. You gonna pay for that goddamn shit.
Where we go, man?
Don't do that.
I got him. Don't worry about it.
Get your child.
I know, man. Damn, see? Can't take this nigga nowhere, man. When you get on stage and you tell jokes, you do that shit by yourself. It wasn't because they knew my uncle or they knew something else about me or they owed me a favor. It was just a natural selection. That's what they wanted. I had something that they wanted and I fit the bill. You keep it real with yourself first. And that's what I always do. I really didn't want to go up after Chris Rock. I was like, no, that's Chris Rock. That night was dope as hell because he did his shit and he was like, yeah, appreciate it, and he dipped. You know what I'm saying? Like, bam. So they was like, shit, let's do our thing. You know what I'm saying? Karlous, you next. So I went up and I knew I had to go hard because he just ripped with new material that nobody ever seen. He just smashed. He did his whole set from the BET Awards, like, because it was like the next day, and he was just getting that last little touch on it, and he went up and he murdered it. It was a dope set. He hit all these current events, Jay-Z, Beyonce, the Solange thing, the elevator. He was killing. So I was like, damn. And Chris Rock, one of those writers where it's like, he a perfectionist. So it's like, he ain't gonna do the joke if he don't, you know what I'm saying? If he ain't really just wrote it. He ain't gonna just go up and freestyle some shit. He write everything. So he had it. It was already tight because he was performing it the next night. And it's like Chris and Dave Chappelle, those are the type of dudes who is like, when you see them do a set, like a live set in LA, the Laugh Factory and stuff like that, that's the type of shit that make you go home and write jokes. You don't want to go right up after that because you like, all right, I'm starting over. None of these jokes stupid. I just watched the master at work. I'm starting over. I'm writing 20 minutes tomorrow. Like, that's the effect that they have on comedians. You know what I'm saying? Not the niggas who just be there to be like, I was up there when Dave Chappelle was up there. Like, it's some comedians that really love comedy. You know what I'm saying? Like, some niggas just doing this shit so they don't have to get a job. But some niggas love this shit and they believe in it. And when you see Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock and like all them niggas, you be like, hell, man, I'm done. Dave Chappelle not even a comedian no more. He done transcended to the other side. He like, you know, like on X-Men, when old girl turned into the Phoenix. Yeah, he the Phoenix. He has crossed the burning sands. He's not responsible for any more laughter ever in our life. He has crossed over to not mainstream. He is a fucking legend. You know what I'm saying? Every joke from Dave Chappelle now is a gift. He's just keeping us blessed. That's it. He don't owe us shit. You remember back in the days when we had the Cosby Show, we had Different World, we had Martin, we had New York Undercover, we had all these black shows, Living Single, all these like a buffet. I need all that. We need more variety. We still need another show with some funny ass black girls on it. And not them being funny black girls in front of white people. It needs to be funny black girls talking about what black girls talk about, doing what black girls do. We still need one. We always had one. We need it. And you know what I'm saying? We still need them varieties of shows. And it's not just about black. We gotta get some Hispanic people, Latino, however, you know what I'm saying? We gotta get everybody a show. Everybody need to see they people on TV. You know what I'm saying? It give you something to look forward to. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, that's us. Everybody, we need all that.